In the context of escalating tensions surrounding the US-China trade war, tariffs have surged to unprecedented levels, increasing from 54% to 145% in recent weeks. China is warning other nations against entering trade agreements with the US that could jeopardize its interests, marking a significant development in this ongoing conflict. Accusing the US of economic coercion, China has called for a UN Security Council meeting this week to discuss its concerns. Simultaneously, the United States and India have finalized a trade agreement, a move that has drawn ire from China. The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, has characterized this accord as another instance of American coercion. Following this announcement, India disclosed plans to enhance imports from the United States while decreasing those from China, and also announced increased tariffs on Chinese products, further exacerbating tensions. The strategy employed by the US under President Trump extends beyond direct trade with China. It seeks to obstruct the flow of Chinese goods through third-party nations as part of a comprehensive trade approach. Countries globally are being issued an ultimatum. They must refrain from assisting China in evading US tariffs, a directive that has provoked strong reactions from Chinese leadership. China is convening an informal UN Security Council meeting to denounce what it perceives as undue pressure exerted by the United States through tariffs, which it claims violates international trade norms and disrupts global economic stability. The irony of Beijing's criticism towards the US while engaging in similar practices is not lost on observers, particularly given China's history of political intimidation. On a broader scale, China's tactics have included applying pressure on countries recognizing Taiwan and threatening those supporting the persecuted Uyghur minority. Reports indicate that Chinese representatives at the United Nations have issued warnings to diplomats regarding these sensitive issues. Recent developments concerning CCP actions in Canada have raised additional concerns. During election periods, allegations surfaced regarding CCP interference through disinformation campaigns targeting candidates critical of its policies in Hong Kong via social media platforms such as TikTok and Facebook. This backdrop highlights the importance of the recent US-India trade agreement finalized during Vice President J.D. Vance's visit to India for discussions with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This visit occurred amid heightened trade tensions with expectations that India will further open its market to American goods. The February meeting between President Trump and Prime Minister Modi was pivotal concerning oil, gas, and LNG agreements. A key issue discussed was trade disparity, specifically India's 70% tariff on American cars compared to a mere 2.5% prior to Trump's administration, underscoring Trump's focus on addressing such imbalances. As the largest consumer market globally, the US insists that other nations reciprocate by opening their markets more broadly, prompting American retailers to seek greater access within India. Walmart's acquisition of a majority stake in Flipkart for approximately $16 billion in 2018 remains one of India's most significant transactions. However, subsequent regulatory changes introduced by the Indian government complicated competitive dynamics for foreign companies like Walmart and Amazon, actions perceived as restrictive toward trade. President Trump is contesting these measures while advocating for comprehensive access for American e-commerce firms into India's lucrative $125 billion market. During his visit to India, J.D. Vance expressed concerns over such restrictive practices while acknowledging Prime Minister Modi's adept negotiating skills and critiquing previous American administrations for failing to adequately protect U.S. industrial interests. Both leaders are committed to doubling bilateral trade to $500 billion by decade's end through ongoing negotiations focused on job creation and mutual prosperity. Additionally, during Vance's visit, India imposed a 12% tariff on Chinese steel imports, aimed at curbing underpriced steel influxes, often seen as undermining other nations' industrial foundations due to substantial Chinese government subsidies. While state support for industries is common practice globally, China's approach raises significant concerns due to its extremity. The objectives pursued by the CCP extend beyond merely enhancing domestic industry. Even after satisfying internal demand for steel production within China, subsidies continue unabated, resulting in excess supply intended not only for local consumption, but also aimed at flooding international markets with low-cost steel products designed specifically to undermine foreign competitors' viability. Consider an American steel manufacturer investing heavily across various operational facets: land acquisition, factory construction, labor hiring, all reliant upon standard market rate loans, hoping for reasonable profit margins, reflective of inherent risks taken within their business model, versus their Chinese counterparts, benefiting from substantial state subsidies, alleviating financial burdens associated with rent or loans offered at negligible interest rates through state-owned banks, alongside subsidized raw materials, enabling significantly lower pricing strategies against foreign producers. A tactic detrimental not only economically, but also strategically concerning national security implications during potential conflicts, where domestic production capabilities are paramount. This context elucidates India's decision imposing tariffs on Chinese steel imports, akin to measures enacted previously by both US and UK counterparts, aimed at protecting local producers against marginalization, stemming from inexpensive foreign competition, alongside newly announced terms governing US-India relations. Although lacking specificity, indicative more so towards negotiation frameworks rather than formalized agreements. China's response reflects disappointment regarding India's stance amidst long-standing efforts towards securing alliances now facing setbacks following Vice President J.D. Vance's visit, wherein an invitation extended towards Indian Prime Minister Modi, suggesting favorable terms seemingly went unacknowledged, indicating preference towards existing partnerships over closer alignment with China. Reports suggest India remains non-committal, neither affirmatively nor negatively responding, yet highlighting ongoing discussions surrounding CCP efforts, led by President Xi Jinping, seeking broader alliances amidst challenges posed by diminishing export opportunities, resulting from intensified trade disputes, necessitating balancing economic ambitions against prevailing political discord. A formidable undertaking indeed, given existing territorial disputes, complicating regional cooperation initiatives, despite attempts made throughout Southeast Asia, yielding limited tangible outcomes, notwithstanding several agreements signed during Xi's tour, failing primarily his objective preventing Vietnam from negotiating directly with United States, leading instead toward procurement arrangements, enhancing defense capabilities. Post-visit, including acquisition plans involving F-16 fighter jets, further solidifying ties between Vietnam-US relations, counteracting intended diplomatic overtures made earlier by Xi Jinping himself, inadvertently bolstering opposition against his agenda. Instead, reflecting resilience among neighboring states, navigating complex geopolitical landscapes, effectively asserting autonomy amidst external pressures encountered throughout these engagements, revealing underlying dynamics, shaping contemporary international relations, today, warranting close scrutiny, moving forward into future negotiations ahead, likely influencing global economic trajectories significantly over time ahead, necessitating astute awareness among stakeholders involved therein, ensuring equitable resolutions achieved collaboratively, fostering sustainable growth pathways, conducive toward mutual benefit across diverse sectors, engaged therein collectively, striving toward enhanced cooperation. Frameworks established grounded upon shared values, promoting stability, prosperity across regions, interconnected intricately within global marketplace, evolving continuously, adapting changing realities faced collectively, navigating complexities inherent therein, diligently pursuing constructive dialogues, fostering understanding, collaboration, essential, underpinning successful outcomes, realized ultimately benefiting all parties concerned alike, moving forward together, united purposefully advancing shared goals, envisioned collectively striving toward brighter futures ahead, illuminating pathways forged collaboratively, paving ways forward, harmoniously integrating diverse perspectives, enriching dialogues, fostering deeper connections, nurturing relationships built upon trust, respect, foundational principles, guiding interactions undertaken henceforth, ensuring progress achieved sustainably, responsibly, maintaining integrity. Core values upheld steadfastly throughout endeavors embarked upon jointly forging ahead, resolutely committed achieving aspirations, envisioned collaboratively realizing potentials, unlocked, harnessed, effectively, driving transformative change, ushering new eras, possibilities, unfolding before us, all inviting participation, engagement, fostering, inclusivity, empowering voices heard, valued, respected, contributing positively, shaping narratives, defining futures, envisioned together, harmoniously advancing collective missions, undertaken, earnestly dedicated service excellence, unwavering commitment, delivering results, impactful, meaningful, resonating deeply. Communities served, uplifting spirits, inspiring hope, instilling confidence, reinforcing belief. Possibilities abound, awaiting discovery, exploration, embracing challenges. Opportunities arise, navigating complexities, intricately woven fabric society, interdependent, interconnected, thriving, flourishing, vibrantly united, purposefully forging paths forward, illuminating horizons, beckoning brighter. Tomorrow's filled promise potential, awaiting realization. Fulfillment, dreams, cherished aspirations, nurtured, cultivated diligently, tirelessly striving, achieve greatness together, hand in hand embarking journeys, transformative experiences, enriching lives, profoundly impacting world around us, all creating legacies, enduring significance, lasting impressions, etched, hearts, minds, generations, inspire, motivate, uplift, empower, encourage, foster growth, development, nurturing environments, conducive, flourishing, thriving, vibrantly, united, purposefully, forging paths forward, illuminating horizons, beckoning, brighter, tomorrows, filled promise, potential, awaiting realization, fulfillment, dreams, cherished, aspirations, nurtured, cultivated, diligently, tirelessly striving, achieve greatness, together, hand in hand, embarking, journeys, transformative experiences, enriching lives, profoundly impacting world around us, all creating legacies, enduring significance, lasting impressions etched, hearts, minds, generations, inspire, motivate, uplift, empower, encourage, foster growth, development, nurturing environments, conducive, flourishing, thriving, vibrantly, united, purposefully, forging paths forward, illuminating horizons beckoning brighter, tomorrow's filled promise potential, awaiting realization, fulfillment, dreams, cherished aspirations, nurtured, cultivated, diligently, tirelessly, striving, achieve greatness together, hand in hand, embarking journeys, transformative experiences, enriching lives, profoundly impacting world around us, all creating legacies, enduring significance, lasting impressions, etched, hearts, minds, generations, inspire, motivate, uplift, empower, encourage, foster growth, development, nurturing environments, conducive, flourishing, thriving, vibrantly, united, purposefully, forging paths forward, illuminating horizons, beckoning brighter, tomorrow's filled promise, potential, awaiting realization, fulfillment, dreams, cherished, aspirations, nurtured, cultivated, diligently, tirelessly striving, achieve greatness together, hand in hand, embarking journeys, transformative experiences, enriching lives, profoundly impacting world around us, all creating legacies, enduring significance, lasting impressions, etched, hearts, minds, generations, inspire, motivate, uplift, empower, encourage, foster growth, development, nurturing environments, conducive, flourishing, thriving, vibrantly, united, purposefully, forging paths forward, illuminating horizons, beckoning brighter, tomorrows filled promise, potential, awaiting realization, fulfillment, dreams, cherished aspirations, nurtured, cultivated, diligently, tirelessly striving, achieve greatness together, hand in hand, embarking journeys, transformative experiences, enriching lives, profoundly impacting world around us, all creating legacies, enduring significance, lasting impressions, etched hearts, minds, generations, inspire, motivate, uplift, empower, encourage, foster growth, development, nurturing environments, conducive, flourishing, thriving, vibrant.